What's up, people? Hmm. Trying to figure out what's going on here. What is going on here? We reached the blend out duration of 0. For state running to active write. Doesn't seem right. Okay, so that wasn't actually the problem. Because we reached the blend out duration. I see. Okay, that was messed up. Wait. Wait. This is the fun of games, is when you're like, what is happening? Okay, he's still in running to active right. Now it's not doing it. Weird. Maybe if the speed is super slow, something doesn't trigger. I think our test for the blend out duration is wrong. So, outro. Remaining. Okay, this is actually wrong. Oops. Would I like to see you doing compiler development? Well, I'm streaming right now. I'm working on a game. How is the game coming along? Well, I've been doing very heavy duty compiler stuff for like 2 weeks. So now I'm starting to do game stuff again. I've sort of done organizational stuff around the game, like communicating with other people on the team. That's all going very well. But I personally have not programmed very much on the game for the past 2 weeks. A lot of getting it done on it, though, just not by me. Oh. So get primary animation channel is not right, probably. Whoops, this is not even the thing we're working on. Let's close these things. That is not correct. It is not correct. Who else uses this? Does anyone else call this function in the universe? Okay. Well. Whoops. Oh, what's going wrong with the blending? Well, we'll see if my theory is correct, but I think, okay. So when you start blending out in animations, right, there's whatever animation you were playing before, right? And then there was whatever one you're blending into. And that get primary animation function that you just saw was always picking the first thing in this list. I mean, there's only one animation right now, but it was always picking the first thing and treating that as if it was the active thing. And so as a result, it was just wrong about everything all the time. It's one of those how did anything ever work situations. All right, well, that is fixed. Whoops. I didn't mean to update, but we'll do that. Uh-oh, looks like there's a level called Bug Garden. We could look at that next. Now that probably all the team is in remote, can you apply to work remotely? We're not looking to be a remote company, you know, because we have problems with that. The stream is not live. Yes, I fixed a bug in negative amounts of stream live time. Okay, so this is great. Fix animation bug. Yeah, we don't need that. We'll uncheck that and that and that and that. Okay, I will reply to this. Resolve. Oops. Sometime recently. Okay, so do I do more animation stuff? Let's see what the other thing is. Let me just check this one. I mean, I think that's fine, probably. Okay. Let's look at Bug Garden. See what we've got here. I need to fix the animation loading to be faster because it's just annoying in the debug build like this. Can I give you some hint on how to make a web swing movement? I think you got to describe what you want it for, like what kind of game. Is it 2D or 3D? Is it a really long web or a short web? Can it break? Is it between fixed distances, or is it like dynamic? Like what? You need a very good problem definition. Okay. So that still happens. Oops. All right. That is correct, I think. Except no, right? No, it's not correct. It's too far underwater. Okay. Whoa! Okay. That's a weird one. That's correct. So I am not sure. Oh, no, it's not correct. Right. Yeah, okay. Okay. Whoa, what? Let me get this beam out of here. Yeah, I mean, that's a... Your clone's with a protected person. All right. That's weird. Oh, wait, he swaps and endpoints. I'm going to call that lower priority because some of these other bugs are a bigger deal. That's not right. Okay. That's this old one. That's fine for now. We just have to define that better. That's fine for now. We just need an effect on that. So, and then there's mirrors in the middle. Why is that a problem? Is it the graphics? Well, we have enough things to fix. Let's fix the pulling. Plan to return to full bore? I don't know. I might have played enough. Do I know of people or communities in hardware that are similarly focused on simplicity and reevaluating assumptions in the interest of making the experience of computers better? No, that doesn't mean such people don't exist. But, well, I mean, there's like RISC-V or whatever. But I mean, a lot of people in hardware who are making simpler systems are doing it for different reasons, like liking the ability of having a small, cheap system or something, right? It's not the same sensibility. Yeah, this is the bug test area. Was it not going to give an option to swap back? No, mirrors don't, they're not reflectable. Okay, let me save this as my bug list, and I'm just going to knock stuff off and edit the level. All right, so when I run it, we get this. Okay, and I'm going to delete the things that I do not think are bugs. And we can always come back later if there is in fact a bug there in some way. Oh, maybe, like the way this is set up, maybe this has to do with this in some way. Let's see. Oh yeah, well that's messed up by itself. I mean, that looks fine, honestly. We'll have to have a conversation about what is wrong there, if indeed there is something. Plenty of these other ones are totally wrong, though, for sure. This one I'm not going to worry about because that's like a separate, that's just the thing hasn't been defined to do that yet. Whereas some of these other ones are just like super game-breakingly broken. I'm not going to deal with this one yet. Yeah. You can't really unit test games very effectively. You can unit test parts of games, but you know, a lot of the complexity of software, the majority of it comes out of putting things together. So if you don't test the putting together of things, you're not testing most of your software. You're not testing the part that's most likely to be wrong. The web swing is for 3D games similar to the one seen in the Spider-Man games, and the web can't break. Okay. And should feel more fun than realistic. I mean, in those games, I guess I didn't play the games enough to really know how the webs behave. But I mean, that seems to me like mostly just regular gameplay code. If you want to get physicsy, you could make the web be like a string of mass springs or whatever. But I don't know. Like, I don't really have, if you don't know where to start on that, I don't really have suggestions. Because you kind of have to at least, like, if you knew how to get started and then you were like, are there any more robust, more well-known ways of solving this specific problem or that specific problem? That's something I might be able to address. But like, how do I do web swinging? I'm like, I don't know. Like, are you able to define your problem statement well enough? If you are, then it should be obvious what you can do. And if you aren't, then that's kind of up to you because it's your game that you're trying to make, right? Is one of the ideas to avoid scripting languages? No. To avoid garbage collected language? Yes. Avoid scripting language? No. Okay, let's do the polling because that's been on the bug list for a long time. Pullable. Oh. Pullable, find pullable. Is it stuck in a wall? Okay, if this... I want a way to do a failed teleport. Let's just make sure that this works, first of all. Whoops. What is it called? Move info dot target, not target position. Ba-boop. Ba-boop. Didn't work. What the hell? Oh. Oh wait, that's, I'm checking the wrong thing. Can go results. Okay, that pull info is wrong. What am I doing? Wait, pull info is boring interpolation. We don't want that though. We want get move info. Orig delta. Like, what? This is weird. That was weird. That's just some mistakes that built up over time. Bam. Okay, so now it works that we cannot pull that block. Hopefully we didn't break other pullings. Pull. Oh, God. We broke it. Why is this so hard, man? We're getting the info. Pull info, get move info on the pullable. Do I have info wrong? I don't think so. No. Oh, I didn't even put anything in here. Well, we're going to have to figure this out. We gotta do this. And we want enact move. Enact move. Okay. Bam. Okay. Go. Go. Okay, hold on. Let's just verify that we can't actually pull before we get into a mess. Okay, we cannot actually pull. So let's figure out why. Right, so if I do this, oh, duh. I did such a noob mistake. Oh my God, people. I am fired. I am fired for making the noob mistake, and I'm also fired by now for not figuring out a way to prevent that noob mistake. All right. So now I don't think did I prototype this? No, I wouldn't say that I prototyped this. All right, good. So we prevent that. Now, we kind of want failed we're going to have to factor these out later, but there we go. I don't know why all the particles are ending up there. I want some of them to be on the guy. Let's just do this. Whoops, what am I doing? This isn't C++++. What I think is that I don't like answering what do I think questions all day. Like, it's just gossip. Okay. Why didn't that work? What the hell? Thoughts on prototyping? Why are people asking me this every stream? I haven't prototyped anything since the year 2007. Jesus Christ, people. Wow, that was a little bit strong, but you know. It's weird how we go through phases of like what question people ask every single night. Now it's was there some like web thing about prototyping, or like why is this on people's minds now? Was there some like TED talk on I did prototyping and it revolutionized my life? You did not know it was asked every night. It is. It's weird. Like, why is it asked every night? I don't understand, because nobody used to ask me about this. And now it's like every day for days in a row. Didn't I sort of talk about prototyping at one point? Yeah, in like the year 2007. Let me see on YouTube.
Okay, so
in 2007, I gave a speech about prototyping. Dude, I talked about prototyping in that speech before half the people here were even born. Okay? Knowing Twitch. And that was the same year I quit prototyping. Yeah, basically. Maybe if people rephrase their "what do you think about X" questions in a different way. It's just a very unappealing kind of question, because the person asking it doesn't offer any input. They're just telling me to talk. They're just saying, hey, puppet, dance for me and talk about this subject. And like, no, I don't want to. And like the problem with the internet today is it's just so many people spend so much of their time talking about what they think about various things. And especially talking about what somebody else said that they think about various things. And it's just a massive waste of time. And I don't want to contribute to that massive waste of time. I would like this to be a place where we don't have to be 100% productive and focused and on it, because I am not that, but at least not gossipy and goofy, you know? Is Sean McGrath doing the text layout thing for Tekla? No, he is not. He is employed by Rad Game Tools, I believe, or he used to be. I don't know if he is still. So it's either for his own thing or for Rad. I doubt he would use a prototype programming language for work, right? Like a prototype closed beta programming language is not something that you use where people are paying you big money and then you give it to them in the source code of something that they've never seen and go, here you go. He did tweet that he was using it for the job. Okay. Well, interesting. Interesting. Can you buy the Witness for the second time right now, or should you wait for it to be part of a sale? I mean, you could do either of those things. Okay. Why does this not work? This is so weird. We'll just make this a little shorter. A little shorter. A little shorty. A little shorty here, a little shorty there. This is so weird. I mean, that's just not... I don't understand what the problem could be. Bam. Seriously? I don't think that'll change anything. Maybe it's getting denied elsewhere. Okay, it's saying no. Okay, so this is actually fine. I don't think that'll change anything because something weird is going on, but maybe. Maybe. There we go. There we go. That's all we wanted. Let's delete this code. Let's delete that. Let's delete that. Delete that. Delete that. Delete that. delete that. You know what? We're going to, just because we messed with pulling, we're going to run a Benny test now. And there's still a bunch of fails in the Benny test lineup. But they shouldn't be in any like basic thief levels. So I'm going to look for that. You're not a fan of function overloading generally. The thing is, if you're going to do anything with actual generic programming or polymorphism or something, you kind of need function overloading in order to do anything. Right? That is the issue. Have I made any games for Emacs? I have not, and the chances that I ever would do anything like that are very low. You don't have to expose it to the user as a language feature? Yeah, you do, because how else are they going to write the functions that get called by polymorphism? Like, if I have a polymorphic function or a generic function and it calls eat candy of X, how am I going to define eat candy if you don't let me overload things? You know what I mean? It's 8 p.m. already, everybody. It's 8 p.m. We've had a pretty good day. I was doing some pretty grungy machine language programming for part of the day, but it worked out. Time for bourbon? No. We could do chartreuse. We could make a chartreuse chai and see if that's disgusting. A chartreuse. Okay, I'm going to try, before we waste an entire thing of milk on that, I'm going to try just to mix a little bit together and see what it tastes like. All right, we've got our very nice teacup, small. We've got our chartreuse, small. I don't really know what proportions. I assume that they would be about equal. Okay, you know what? I do have to put milk in there because otherwise I'll taste it a little bit without the milk, but that's good. That's really good. Oh, you guys, this might be in my new jam. Okay, the problem with this plan is I don't know how much milk I have. Yeah, okay, we only have about a half of Winnie the Pooh of milk. That will froth up to be substantially more volumetrically. But it is what it is. That was really good. Is there a liqueur with more herbs than chartreuse? Probably. Is chartreuse any good? You think I would drink something that's not any good? Why do entities store their entity manager? Are there multiple managers? Yes, there are. That said, that's kind of a fallback to our C++ code base. And now I think that we could. So we do some combination in the old style of like passing the manager or having it be on the entity, right? And we could just put it in the global context. And then I don't think it would have to be stored on the entities. Yeah. So if I'm feeling brave at some point, I might try that. And then gradually transition things. Because it would be nice. Pointers are big. It would be nice to save that 8 bytes per entity. I mean, honestly, entities are frickin' huge anyway, but like getting rid of one of the pointers would be good. Do you ever have to simulate multiple scenes at the same time? Not in this game. In some other things, yeah. In this game, though, it's more like, hey, I've got 9 levels loaded into the editor or whatever, and then one for the main gameplay world, and then maybe one for the menu, you know. But what's the flavor profile of chartreuse? It's very chartreusian. I want to get a picture of my milk blending. That's the end of mixture number 1. Gonna start it up again. Mixture 2. I'm documenting the first chartreuse. Chartreuse. Okay. Now, of course, I'm going to search the web for chartreuse, and somebody will have made this already. Nope. Nope. It is a new, unique invention. Wait, no, Google corrected me. It's all typos. It's all typos. It's like OCR thinking the R is an I. Okay. So I'm going to wing it on the proportions here a little bit. Okay. Bro. I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, the alcohol plus chai factor, it's a little bit like an Irish hot chocolate, you know, but better. Oh, this is good. This is good. Yeah, we don't do patents. I will send a message to my friend. Okay. Here, do you guys want to see my chartreuse picture before I put it on my Instagram? That doesn't exist. There we go. Look how good that looks. So, let's get it closer. I'm sure that's being picked up very well by the camera. And then, of course, we have the view down the thinger. And then, of course, we have we have the 3 boxes of cinnamon sugar pita chips that I accidentally bought off Amazon. Okay. How does that happen? I thought I was buying 3 bags of it, and it was like, oh, this one is out of stock, but this other thing is available from these sellers, and I assumed that it was the same product, and it wasn't. It's good that I like those chips, though, because I'll show you. See this box? I have 3 boxes of these. I think cinnamon sugar pita chips would go very well with chartreuse. I've already eaten in 2 days. This is bag number 7 or 8 of these. So I'm doing okay. I'm working my way through. Here's how you have the chartreuse, though, right? You take the pita chip, the cinnamon sugar pita chip, you dip in there, and you really get the foam on it, right? You really got to stack it, which only works if you have a really good frother. I tell you, this is a really good combo. I'm sure that looks like sour cream or something. We legit have to make this dessert again. This is really good. Because these pita chips, they're like extra baked and pretty hard, but they're not that thick. They're like thin and crunchy. And so you get some chartreuse foam on there. It's hard to take a picture. Dude, phones are so awkward sometimes to hold, take photos with. See, if I didn't have as good of a frother, we would just be drinking a chartreuse with some chips on the side, but that's not what we're doing here. Just showing my friends what I have going on. All right. Oh, Casey's in the chat. How is there not a clip of me doing the doom frothing? I don't know. I didn't do it that much that time, but in the past I've done it for like 2/3 of the song. It's a long song. See, Casey, what you don't understand is that you need some kind of readily identifiable gimmick like the BFG Division Chai Shake in order to build your brand and promote yourself to the Twitch audience, right? See, I'm way up there because of my great character things. There's like Dr. Disrespect, right? And then there's me with my Chai division. And that's pretty much it, you know. Pretty soon Microsoft's going to offer me $10 trillion to go to Mixer. Yeah, I also have Boat Club. That's my other thing, which we haven't done in a while. But you know what? I was walking outside in the world, not in my apartment, a couple days ago. And like, there's a boat club a 15-minute walk away, like right on the bay from where I live. There's an actual boat club. It says Boat Club on the wooden barn building. It says Boat Club. I'll take a picture now next time I go. Do people live there? I don't think anyone lived in the Call of Duty Boat Club. Nobody's going to take me seriously till I have a chair that has a headrest that looks like it's from a race car. That is true. But you got to differentiate. Like, I'm such a badass in the race car that I don't need a race car seat inside my race car. You know what I mean? I'll race on any damn seat. I'll race on no seat, right? I'll be like Kurt Russell from whatever the movie was that he was in. Unbreakable, no. Death Proof, except it was the chick in the passenger seat in that movie. But like, yeah, like that. Speaking of which, Kurt Russell in Death Proof says that chartreuse, oh no, Quentin Tarantino in Death Proof says chartreuse is his favorite drink. Or something like that. And the joke is that he does it in like a frat boy way, like it's a frat boy drink. Seriously, that's in the movie. Captain Ron. Have I ever been drunk? I have, but not in a very long time. Wow. Okay, we are definitely going to do that drink again sometime soon when I have milk. Does it taste like Jaeger? No. Okay. Hey, look, our test finished. Hey, look, a lot of fails. That is more than I expected. Maybe it's not. Maybe I just don't remember how many fails there were. Where's the to-do? It's there. Oh, we deleted all the fails. Like, I'm not really surprised at any of these names that I'm seeing. Oh, and some of these are new levels. That's part of the reason why the number is higher. I think this is correct. Dude, we have exactly 500 levels in the test thing now. Wait, no. 480. I cannot add after I've had chartreuse. What frother is that? It is a Capresso some model that holds a lot of milk. If I post the remaining Stacy's bag count, people will fat shame me. Okay, we can't go there. Okay, we're going to check that in. Fix pull with doubles problem. Okay, let's not do that one. Before, this is a double, triple safety. Let's just play a few levels. Make sure by visual inspection nothing went wrong. Okay. Pull, 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 pull. We have to do something about the little snappiness when you pull things. All right, great. Bam. That is checked in. Now, let's see the next one. Have I ever considered using Perforce? Not really. Okay. Yeah, that's not a good one. That's not a good one. I mean, I've been forced to use Microsoft Visual Source Safe before. And Perforce looks too much like Visual Source Safe for my liking. All right. So okay, we have this thing where we sort of are using this, but then we're sort of using the original struct down here, and that's probably causing the problem because we updated one and not the other. That's what the Unreal Engine docs recommend. Well, I'm not using the Unreal Engine, so. All right, well, that's fixed. Whoops. Should have stayed in there. We're not going to check in and run a test and stuff for that because we'll never get anything done. So we're going to go to the next thing. Like, what even is happening there? I don't even know. Controller proc 1. Like, that's weird because it's like it has her going backwards. So she's starting at 8,4. What? What is happening? How is that X? Oh, because the camera's turned around. Okay. 8, 7. So usually the camera has X right, Y up, but not strictly. Okay. 8,4 to 7,4. Okay, so she's going from 8 to 7 in a controller proc, and just somehow it never finishes. It's really strange. Okay. Does it finish if we get rid of her? Looks like it does. So it's the fact that she has a charmed person. It just doesn't finish for some reason. That is real bizarre. All right, let's bust out a debug build. Is there a specific reason all that broke? Is it still aftermath to transaction rewrite? Yeah. Like, most of these are small bugs. And the thing is, every time I changed the transaction system, there were tons of bugs like this. And this time I just didn't finish going through them. Like, this game is very picky when it comes to, you know, because it's all about all these different rules interacting. And, you know, if you change the way the rules are implemented, then you have to change the code that makes the right thing happen in those cases. And I just haven't finished that for this yet. You would think the rock would say suspended in the beam. No, I mean, the rule for water is something, the bottom surface is kind of muddy and things will teleport into it. It's just the problem is otherwise, like double beams on island levels would be OP, for example. And that's not necessarily very good. Like if a double beam allows you to walk infinitely over the water, that's just not, it's not a good behavior. But definitely that's a thing players could be confused about. For sure. I thought about it a lot. May still change my mind. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Oh, I didn't save it. All right. So movement visuals, do guy controller. All right. Uh, 741. Oh, I didn't draw the thing. But she was going from 8 to 7. So okay. Oh. So she thinks she is walking onto this character's head. But this character is charmed and moves with her. So she's still going till she tries to catch up to this character. And that results in Infinity Blade, Infinity War, Captain America. What happened to the computer to make it slower? Nothing. It's not slower. What are you talking about? Compiler, it's not slower. It's actually faster. So she wants what she can't have. Well, maybe that could be what's going on. Or, let me put this alternative out there. Or it's just a bug in the program. Possibly. So what is the best way to do this? I could change this. I mean, mobile supporter is supposed to be the thing that you're stepping onto. So I definitely can filter for that. I just kind of wonder if it's possible for this to happen with any other move. It might be. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Are there other cases where walking onto someone's head can enact a move on them as well? And the answer is usually no. However, maybe yes. For example, if you have two clones, they could do the same thing. I'm going to write the cloned thing down on paper separately. We could make a test case for that after we fix this. So, either I could try to handle it as a general thing, or I can just try to do it in this specific case. If I do it as a general thing, it fixes lots of stuff. However, I'm not sure I can express it in a way that is known to be correct, generally. Whereas in the specific cases, I know that those are wrong. I mean, even so, if I think about some of the other weird cases that we might come up with of movement, like if I insert the player into the Lily transaction to solve the diagonal thing, then the player would have a target supporter in its same transaction. So that's not really good. Well, let's do it in the specific case first and see how ugly that is. Because I can only think of two specific cases. One of them is the Bard. Okay. I'm trying to think what the rule is. Like, okay, if I'm walking onto a supporter, I mean, I guess when we add someone to the transaction, okay, so if the move info to target mobile supporter ID is equal to our ID, then this is 0. I mean, that's pretty much it, right? Let's see what happens. Didn't do anything. It didn't work. Why didn't it work? Where was that file? It's an enact move. We already have that file. Okay, we're gonna go. We're gonna go. We go down to here. Transaction should have one move in it. Move info. Target mobile supporter ID is 0. Interesting. Interesting, really. So I did something. I mean, that might be necessary for other dudes, but oh, I bet it's added later in a post process, bro. Okay. I don't remember if this is a, yeah, there we go. I guess it's 4. I don't remember. Yeah, 4. No, that's what I don't know. Doesn't matter. We're little Indian. What are we doing? Do. Remove the bard's single move. It'll get added. Oh. This, yeah, when you start doing weird hacks like this, then life is sad. I don't remember why we put our move in there. I don't remember why I felt like it should be in there. Okay, so the bard move gets added later. Let's go to that point. Okay. So now we get mobile supporter, who is one of the guys in our transactions. Here it happens. Are we not using supporter transaction? Oh, we are. Because this one isn't closed yet. Okay, so it doesn't have one. All right. I don't think we have that. Oh, we do. Wait. Okay, this is just going to screw things up for sure. So way up here, we'll do this. Whoops, no, this file. 406. If it's a mobile supporter and, well, okay, and then okay, we're just gonna put that explanation up here if this is indeed where it ends up. So, if it was added by charm, then if is that an entity or what? Can go result. No, it's a okay. If ID is equal to single dot entity ID, ID equals null, break, or ID equals, no, that doesn't help. Result dot mobile supporter is null, break. Okay. No, no, I wanted to stop this. I wanted to stop everything. Ready for more boxes of chip content. I can't handle that. I can't handle the truth. Hey, look, I can handle that my program works better. This is one that I would Benny test for. Okay, let's make a clone of this, so to speak, and we'll put these guys, because I don't think we're going to, oops, I put an extra one. I don't think we're going to handle this case. 49.8 and oh yeah. Okay. Okay, so here that one worked. Oh, because yeah, because he can't actually go, but what if we do this? Okay, that wasn't as messed up, but it was messed up. Okay. Yeah, that was, okay. I mean, I think that might have more than one thing broken, right? How does that work? Okay, so turn order ID will be set to that. So Okay, we actually want this out here. No, we want that, and then that. Okay, if the entity ID is, oh, get turn, don't I have a get turn order ID? Yes. Get turn order. Okay, this will give you, ugh. Okay, I think that totally didn't work before. So if I might have just changed the timing for a bunch of levels right there. Oops. If the entity ID is okay. What a mess. Entity mess. If other and get turn order ID guy. We'll do an and. Then same thing. Will that help anything? I don't know. Benny Hill Show, classic TV show. Not safe for kids very much. That did not help anything. Guy didn't even fall. He ended up there. Didn't even frickin' fall. But you know what? I'm not going to wear myself out about this till we hit the problem. I've got it on my piece of paper. I'm going to fix the other bugs because these ones being in here are a sign that Zach or somebody else hit them. Let's not delete these yet. Whoops. It's not even the right level. Let's do a release build and do another Benny test. Make sure I didn't totally destroy the universe. Backwards enabled interface test. Yep. Something like that. How's it going out there tonight, everybody? It's going good. It's going good. Just woke up in Europe land. How's the code? It's all right. You know, I mean, here's the thing. I was cranking really hard on compiler stuff for the past couple weeks, which is not that fun sometimes, especially when you're just going down a bug list. But it feels really good to have been really productive on that. And to have done high quality work. Like the compiler is in a place where, I mean, it still has some problems, but I feel generally very good about it. It's just there are specific problems that need to be addressed, you know? And that's a good place. And part of like what's been done the past couple of weeks is part of that. So switching back to the game, even though I'm kind of just looking at gameplay bugs right now, which is maybe not as fun as adding new things or whatever, it's nice because it's different from what I've been doing, you know? And like, look, well, this one is the release build, so this is compiled with LLVM. But when I compile the debug build, like I've been doing most of the time tonight, like, it's just, you have to step back again and appreciate, like, we wrote the code that makes the entire game run all the way down to the machine language bytes, all right? From source code to machine language bytes. We don't even use, we use a very small amount of libc, like we use malloc, I think, and that's it. And we're gonna not use that anymore soon. And I mean, that's pretty good. Like, most people are afraid to make their own game engine, right? We're not only doing that, we're outputting all the code down to machine language. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Can you completely replace Visual Studio with Remedy? Well, it depends on what you mean. Like, Remedy is a debugger and Visual Studio is like an editor and stuff. So if you want to use Visual Studio for editing, then no. There are some things that Remedy doesn't seem to do yet, or maybe I just don't know how to do it. So like assembly language stepping in Remedy doesn't seem to happen yet. It still seems to step by source code line. So that was causing me problems the past few days when I was doing machine language stuff. But mostly it's good. Am I at the point where a majority of the bugs are the game and not the compiler itself? Yeah, it is pretty rare when we are working on the game to run into a compiler bug. What is not that rare right now is for our beta testers of the compiler to run into a compiler bug, right? Because they're all doing different stuff and they have different habits of how to use the language, and they don't, you know, when something's new and you're not like programming it totally idiomatically, you obviously stress things that people who are using it idiomatically wouldn't. And that's good because it helps us find bugs. But it does mean that we're finding a lot more bugs just from the beta people than when we're working on the game. Just saw a video where a senior engineer hasn't written a for loop in 10 years. Then is that person an engineer really, or are they a manager? Like an organizer kind of person. Like, if you don't actually do engineering, if you don't solve engineering problems, I don't know if you're an engineer, which isn't necessarily bad, right? Like, projects need leadership and stuff. So being a project leader who understands engineering and has a technical background is a useful thing, but I don't know if you're really an engineer at that point. He said he makes microservices and things like that. How do you make a microservice without a for loop? I mean, dude, you even need a for loop for FizzBuzz. do FizzBuzz without a for loop. Web peeps use map and reduce and whatnot. Yeah, that's why their code is so bad. For each is a for loop. By the way, map is also a for loop. I hate to tell people that, but it is. Map is an inefficient for loop. Will this game be more expensive than The Witness? I don't know. I doubt it, but you never know. Do I take part in making game art assets? Well, I don't have particularly any visual design skills to speak of, so no, I don't really do that. I mean, I guess I have art direction skills to some degree, but I don't actually model in texture and whatever. Would I be able to explain how register renaming works? Yeah, that's easy. What's confusing about it? What's your question? Let me put it that way. What do you not get? What aspect of it doesn't make sense or is confusing? How am I getting by? I'm just sitting in the chair here and programming more than I usually do, which is good because I'm getting more done. I made the icons for the editor. Yeah, that's true. I also made the Twitch emotes, so that counts. The fabulous, fabulous Twitch emotes. Although many of them most of them come from images that have been repurposed. We're still cranking away. We got so many levels now. Okay. have I seen the PS4 game Dreams? I have seen it. In the instruction stream, how do you reference a particular previous result if potentially multiple results are referred to be the same register? Okay, here's the thing about register renaming and all this stuff. This is actually true about the instructions, all right, even. The register names are fake in the sense that they're not authoritative over anything, all right? So let's say you start using RAX, right? The CPU is not thinking, oh, he's using RAX. The CPU is thinking it has some internal number of registers. I don't even know how many it is right now. Let's say it's 32 or something, right? And it's like, oh, I need a free register right now. Okay, how about register 17? So for now, RAX is actually register 17. Okay? And it's a forward translation. It's every time you see RAX, we substitute 17 until this value of RAX gets overwritten by something else. And then as soon as you see that the value in RAX gets destroyed and is no longer can be referenced through the name RAX, right? Like if you move, let's say a different, like if you do a move from memory into RAX after you already decided it was register 17, then now it's a different virtual or you know, a different hidden register. Now it's like 31 or whatever's free, right? And so there's no confusion because the registers that matter are the internal registers. You know what I mean? So you kind of translate the instructions into things that use the internal registers. Just imagine it this way. Imagine you do this in 2 passes, right? Pass 1 is you rewrite all the instructions to use different register numbers. And then pass 2 is you run it. Only after you finish pass 1. If you do that on a piece of paper, you'll understand how it works. Now, of course, actually this happens 2 different ways, because not only are the register names fake, but the instructions themselves are fake, right? The operations that are actually running, the actual machine instructions, are different from the instructions you're putting in the front end. So there's that too. And that all gets rewritten in the same way. Do we have a keyword similar to register? No, we don't right now. Did I like Doom 3? Not really. I mean, it was fine. Like, I didn't think it was anything. Like, it had cool graphics for the time. It had really great graphics for the time. But if you mean gameplay-wise, I didn't think the game design was particularly good. The graphics engine was again, as you would expect, top-notch for the time. I need to do something about the sound. Oh, I forgot my comment. Good thing I put no check-ins everywhere, so that can't do anything. Okay. Cool. Let's make sure that still compiles. Great. We're not even going to test it. Because that's how we roll irresponsibly. If I were to make a I've made multiplayer games. What are you talking about? Why do people ask me that question? I've made multiplayer games, bro. One extra level failed. Yeah, but there are playback inconsistencies right now. So I'm not really going to run the test again just to see if that was a spurious failure or whatever. If the instructions you see in disassembly aren't exactly what the CPU runs, and different CPUs have different ways of translating in the actual instructions, how do we end up with reliable software? Because the results of those instructions in terms of what you observe are carefully specified. That's the whole point. However, mistakes are made sometimes also. Now you might ask yourself, how come the CPU people are able to do this, but with API people it's a frickin' disaster, right? Why can't anybody program a GPU reliably, even though it's the same thing? You're trying to give the GPU instructions, and the GPU is translating those into different instructions behind the scenes. They're just doing it with an API instead of with, instructions, CPU-style instructions. And the answer is because software people are bozos, as far as I can tell. Ooh, I don't think I can change that one right now. How about being used? Yep. That's what I thought. Boy, we've put a lot of code in this video game. See if that still compiles, bro. Because I can't get away with not having ISA. I bet CPU people would like that too. Yeah, I was at a conference this year where a very CPU person was scarily suggesting a little bit that maybe they should do APIs. And I was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. It's a freaking disaster, bro. Lines of code for the entire video game. Well, you just saw it when we compiled. That many. That's a lot. It's a lot, and it's also not a lot. screwed up. I totally screwed up. I didn't put the dot. Whoops. That's funny. Forgot I even did that. Your generated parser is 70K lines, and all it does is parse a toy programming language. Yeah, generated code often will be big and flabby. That is a thing, for sure. Let's do this. Okay, let me delete my test cases that work. Delete my blocks that matter, that don't matter anymore. Okay, so this one, the weird thing is the logic about protection also looks at cloning in some way. It says that it invokes protection. Yeah. Okay, let's just look at this. Priest clones. If priest clones do I do priest clones a lot? I think it's just literally here. Sometimes we do cloning for initial level state purposes like in Arcadia. So let's actually check if this clone can immunify. Is that what it's called? Yeah. If okay, invoke protection. Hold on, this is not right. We'll just double check this here. Well, actually, no. This is not really the place that has a problem. Okay. Wait, is that guy... I totally didn't resave. This guy cannot immunify. Maybe we set it on level load. I feel like that's the issue. Can immunify equals this is weird. What's going on? Evaluate immunity. We're just going to do that. That's in Sokoban. Evaluate immunity. There we go. Okay. Here we go. So we're just going to iterate over all the guys. And this should be in post move reevaluate. Yeah. Okay. For each guy, cannot immunify. This one can immunify. Shouldn't have any laterals if it's the priest. I'm thinking of some other ways to test this. Okay. Okay, found, oh, I already had found. Data. What is going on there? I don't know. I don't know what Remedy's doing. Let's just go down here. So, let's delete some things. It just really doesn't. Oh, never mind. I was looking at this and it looked messed up because I was seeing a lot of weird numbers. But these are actually the actual correct weird numbers. Like this is flags. That's fine. These are all actually real. That's actually real. Okay, never mind. It's a guy. All right. Guy. Oh, it's the same. Why did we find laterals? You know what? I think the problem may not be what I thought it was. Okay, like I think what if this was like this? Then it wouldn't, right? It wouldn't happen. Yeah, it still does. Bro. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we're finding laterals. Ten eight zero and 680. So that shouldn't. Nope. $22.80. 1080, 1080. It's going to be the same, right? Guy 4B0 and M. So we're returning the same guy in the laterals. So wait. Hold on. I thought these weren't the same though. Oh no, they are. Okay. It's this line. Dude, just read the code. Why did you debug for 15 minutes? Just read the code. It's right there. Jump to conclusions. I did not jump to conclusions, so we are not allowed to watch the clip. That's all we had to do. I could have done that in 2 seconds instead of all this bumbling around. All right. Ta-da! 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 Okay. You know what? We're going to just test it again. We're just going to be very cautious. We're just going to keep on trucking and keep on testing. See you later. See you later. Real-time cloth physics? No. Did I draw all those myself? No. We have a team of 3D modelers and textures and an animator and a dog who sits around and eats snacks. The dog doesn't really contribute that much in terms of the actual visuals, but everybody else does. Yes, you have to have a dog who sits around and eats snacks. we're just running it. It's just going. Just keep on running it back. What is immunity? So when we figure out, so the priest protects people from monsters, including herself. And the way we figure that out is in the first pass, setting an immunity flag on everyone who could be protected. And then when a monster tries to attack that person, we say, oh, they've got the immunity. And then we turn on protected. And protected just means the immunity actually did something, right? And there's visuals and audio. Any on-topic questions about video game programming? What's going on, people? Do I complete puzzles in a linear fashion, or is there a big hub world? If you mean in this game, there is a big hub world. Tapeworm by Edmund McMillan is getting a lot of Kickstarter updates. You can get these Kickstarter updates if you contribute to the Kickstarter for Tapeworm by Edmund McMillan. Do you ever make use of scripting languages like Python for doing things outside the game engine? No, I think those are a waste of time if you're a professional programmer. Scripting languages are for people who don't really program in their day-to-day. Was I always planning to make the Sokoban game this big? It has grown in the making, just like every game that we do. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Does your language come with standard lib stuff like hash tables, etc.? Yes. Yes, we have that. Tapeworm just hit 600K. If you're not ready to make your own engine, but you really don't want to use something like Unity or Unreal, are there any decent libraries in C++? I don't know. I don't really look for that kind of thing. I cannot advise you there. Might want to up my pledge. My pledge was pretty big. I don't know what new tiers he added, but Dodo's riding dinos. Wait, that's Kickstarter spamming me with other people's projects. Screw you, Kickstarter. I don't care about other people's projects. Stretch goal. 4 souls, tapeworm card, and starting item. Okay. We all want that, don't we? If you go to the control tab, there are different keybinds for line-based stepping. Oh, I just never looked at it. I just noticed that, like in Visual Studio, it works by which window you have focus in. So I tried that and it didn't work, but I actually might like it better. Oh, there we go. Somehow I just didn't see that. I was always looking over that. So that's fine. I mean, it's weird that it's grayed out. I mean, we're not running a program right now, but it's weird that this would be grayed out. Not, I guess step over steps over the first line if you're not running. I don't know. How is this debugger in comparison to the Visual Studio debugger? It is much, much, much faster and more consistent to use. How does one even start making a game engine? It seems like a big effort for a first timer. It is a big effort for a first timer. I recommend not doing it if you want to make a game. I do think it's fine if you like the idea of making a game engine more than finishing a game, then go for it. Still going, cranking away. Worst experience with trying to use a library, framework, platform, whatever. Direct Show was the worst API ever made. Although honestly, LLVM is pretty damn bad. Going to take a lot of time to art all these levels. I know. We're going to have to scale up at some point toward the end and just get a bunch of contractors in and teach them how to use our editor and have them at least kind of bulk out the levels, and then we do a quality pass. There's going to be way more levels than are in the game right now, by the way. So, yeah, have fun with that. I'm going to delete this comment that I don't like. Is it possible to run the test suite headless? Yeah, but then we're not testing the graphics. I mean, I suppose I could do that in cases like this. I could consider making a test mode that does that. What made me stop prototyping games? I kind of don't need to anymore. Like, if I get an idea that I really care about, then I know it's already interesting. And then if it doesn't work out that well in the beginning, I just keep working on it. It's just different. Things are different at different levels of skill and experience. So what I said back then was appropriate for my level of skill and experience back then. Is there going to be a way to implement user-generated levels? No. I mean, the game is not going to come with the language that way. You get the game engine running a relatively minimal amount of content. The game is not free. We're selling the game because we need to stay in business. The engine is free. Did I ever have self-doubt? Not really, no. I mean, about various things in life, yeah, it's not like I've never had self-doubt about anything, but like about programming, no. About design, no. I have plenty of self-criticism, right? But that's different. That's very different. In fact, self-criticism is what allows you to not have self-doubt, because self-doubt is like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be good enough, right? Because I'm just kind of guessing. Self-criticism lets you know you're good enough because you've tested your ideas. So that's why I don't really relate to all the people who talk about imposter syndrome and stuff. And in fact, I don't have much sympathy for those people, as sad as it is to say. Because they are imposters most of the time. And if you feel like an imposter and you are an imposter, then that's just accurate. So great. How long have I been programming? 38 years. Do I play board games? Rarely. I haven't played one in a long time. Do you need to schedule in breaks for eating, chores, exercises? No, like if I'm programming and I get hungry, the refrigerator's like 8 feet away. Why do I need to schedule a break? I'll just get something out of the refrigerator. Do you plan on expanding your thoughts about WASM? No, I don't think about WebAssembly unless people ask me. The topic of WebAssembly just annoys me. I don't like web anything. So, it's just not a topic that I am interested in. Are there plans to let people sponsor development? I mean, if you're talking about like $20 at a time on Kickstarter or something, no, because I don't want to have to deal with having customers for this kind of a thing. It's already hard enough just working on it. I don't know, if like a bigger entity wanted to come along and put substantial amount of money, like enough money to hire a good engineer for a year or two to work on it, we could talk, but like individual level contributions is not going to move the needle. New Jack L. Land's short game, I didn't know. He didn't tell me. VRPS, when did this come out? Maybe we'll play that after we go gaming stream. What do I think of blah? I'm not going to answer what do I think of questions anymore. I hate them. Oh my God. Maybe we should have been watching. All of these are freaking broken. All the levels involved. I should have tested a priest level. Now I'm going to have to run all this again. See, test a freaking priest level. Okay, what did I do? Let's just look at what I did. Get clones of the thing. Yeah, this is not right. This means that nobody but the priest will be protected. Dang it. Oh, the problem is that this guy is primary, right? No. Dude, I have no idea what's going on. Okay. Right. Actually, this is, hold on here. I think if we just say wait, no, up here. No. How do I differentiate? This is such a weird case. I'm having trouble thinking about it. Okay. So if this works, we will explain why. So heroes 215, 217, etc. Did not work. All right. Okay, so that's fixed. Does this work? Debug, build, slow. That one works. Okay, let's go explain this one better to see if we like it. Explain better. We check it is equal to guy because we no, this still won't work. The right check is okay, hold on. This is so confusing. I don't know why I'm having trouble thinking about it. If I've got, so the problem is the priest is immuning someone who is not in the laterals. Okay. Here we go. This is so confusing, dude. I need another chai, except I don't, and I don't have milk. I need brain chai. Okay. So we get the clones. I mean, part of the problem is they're not really clones. That's what's so confusing. But we get the clones. We iterate over them. These are clones of someone who was a lateral. But honestly, we should not include, let's see, find laterals for guy. This is literally the only place that calls this. So we could change this. So one of the confusing things is if guy is equal to m, continue, right? So that actually might solve our problem, honestly. Because then we only visit this guy if they're in laterals. There would still be cases that this breaks, but they are weird cases. We need to save them. Uh-oh, that didn't work. Damn it, why doesn't it work? Why doesn't that work? Oh, right. Let's not, okay, so this is the wrong check. If this clone has the same let's do that. This is better. So for every clone of a unified target, so we're sort of filtering out. Yeah, okay. This makes okay. Okay, I think this is a winner. This is a winner. Okay. Boy, our debug mode simp. There we go. This is a winner. Okay, you know what we do now? Benny test again. Why? Because I'm lazy. What is down? Isn't casting built in? Casting is built in, but we went through various experiments earlier in development where it wasn't a CAS exactly, right? Because if you're storing your entity data in various weird ways, then maybe the data for the base entity is stored in a totally different place than the data from the derived entity. And so down was like a generic thing that says, hey, give me the detailed entity type. In reality, though, I got rid of that, and it could just be a CAS now. I just never know when it's going to do that. I never know. I never know. All right. So we're cranking away on the tests, as always. Well, let's check that. Okay, so we're gonna delete Look, our bug list is getting smaller. We're not going to try and do all these tonight because I'm getting sort of toward the end, but I think this block pusher dude is going to be the next one fixed. See, it's okay for him to push that thing. Or no, it's okay for him to go into the wall. But it's not okay for it to be pushed out of the wall. Okay. Does is stuck inside wall check throughs? Yes. So I can literally just call This is going to need a whole other Benny test once it's done. Hey, we solved it. What was that called? That doesn't work. Whoa, what? What is going on? Is there like something invisible on the... What is happening? Why can it go through there and not... I am tripping. Can go through there. What? Was ist das? Okay, this level has some invisible problems. Let's face it. Okay. We're going to just do this. And that's... I do not think that will affect anything. Can go through. We're gonna have to debug this one. Ugh. What's up? There's got to be something there. There's got to be... I forgot there's a keystroke for all. Oh. It's sun. It's a sunny sun time. It's a sunny sun time. Entity is intangible. I think sun should count as intangible. Good thing I tested that. That's a very lucky level to test that happened to have a camera inside the wall, or a sun entity inside the wall. That's very weird. Let's try... Like, this is just all a bunch of stuff. I mean, like, the real question is, why were we finding this by proximity search? You know, I don't actually know that that's what it was. Let's see if it's fixed now. Do the ordered out levels retain these blocks for collision detection? Yes, they do. Whoops. Let's go around that way. It really was that. Okay, so I don't like this color that I did, so we're going to go a little more like that. Have it fit in a little better. Okay, this makes me nervous because who knows what the hell else. Like, why did we find sun in moving entities? Find at position. Add to grid. Yeah, I don't really do this in a centralized way, exactly. It's a bunch of cases. Oh, I've got some, not as many as it looked like. Add to grid. Add to grid, add to grid, add to grid. Update physical position. I don't seem to have anything in that file. I guess it happens here. Let's see all the add to grids here. So if we push from editor, that's not what we're talking about. If we make a tree, if we make a rock, gems, do smash, update physical position. It's got to be in update physical position. I don't know. I'm going to write that down. I'm too tired to do it tonight. So we've got two things to look at tomorrow, plus the things in the bug list. Now, we hope this is good. Wait, that's our old one. There we go. There we go. I mean, it's 58, but that's about the same. I'm going to assume that we do have a legit new fail that's like something in a wall that I didn't account for. Not sure which one this would be, though. I don't know, man. Wait, wasn't that what that was called? No underscore. Whoops. Oh, this one, of course that doesn't work right now. Kidding me? Yeah, I don't know. Unless I could compare this, it's not very easy for me to know which of the... This is the problem with having a bunch of fails already, is now, when there's a new one, I do not know... which one it is. Or it could be like an intermittent timing failure. That's just timing. There's just one of these levels with something else in a wall. We'll debug it when we figure out why the sun was in the thing. All right, good enough for now. That's a good haul for the day. We are now a gaming stream. We are now. What do you know? There's no category for VRPS. All right. So, we're starting the game. We are starting the game. Virtual reality puzzle script. Dude, I've got a guy in virtual reality with HMD. Take precaution to be aware of your surroundings at all times while using the headset and stay in a cleared area free of any obstacles. See, you see the little Vive chaperone signal. Okay, now I'm screwed. Dude, virtual reality is hard. No. Wait, can I go backwards on it? No, only forward. So I could move my zone forward, which means I have to put one of these guys away right now without stepping on the frickin' scooter. I have to put two of them away right now. It's kind of a trick. Whoops, I pushed it one too far. Did I really get filtered? No, it's just the puzzles in Full Bore are not. I mean, they're just kind of messy, silly, simple puzzles, you know. I'm not totally loving them. Let me put it that way. But, you know, I'm a picky person about puzzles. PPP. Picky person about puzzles. Okay, what do I do about my scooter? How am I supposed to scoot? Okay. So many scooters. I can't even. Whoa. No. Oh no, do I? I need to actually get this one. Drat. Just reset it. Just reset the board. Frank. This game is silly. Let's do it this way. No, we needed to. So we definitely need to do this one and that one. See, I can't have both. I can't have my cake and also eat my cake. Oh, nope. Well, I guess once I do this, I'm fine. Except I am not fine. So I need both. I need the down stacked on top of the right. Like, but I need to have pushed this guy over here, but then I need it because the down, I need one more, and I also need the right down on the bottom because I can't push the down one more unless I'm here, and this is not far enough as well. Look at all my running around in VR. So the problem is I'm using these guys to push the down left. I need the up in the mix still is the problem. But the up can't be in the mix once I've done that. I need the up to stay down. Right? Yeah, I don't actually need the up yet. We're going to leave the up there. Except we do need the up. We need it up one. Up one. Right? So that is enough VRPS for tonight. It's going to be bedtime. Are there any questions about what's going on? No. You should all play VRPS. It's good so far. Too much brain power needed for a game. What do you mean? What do you mean? We got a lot of things done today. I mean, we got some things done on stream, but I got a lot of things done before stream. We got some more gameplay things to look at tomorrow, but it's in good shape. It's in good shape. Thank you, everybody, for coming by. We'll see you later.